single or FPS. He get 60 frames per second.
He don't see this shit. He swear he don't watch the podcast, but I don't believe shit a nigga say. So, are you smelling your twat?
Yeah, Lil Jon say.
Did you just smell yourself?
Whoa!
What was that? Is
She
it
smelled
good or
herself.
bad?
That ain't godly. Is it Sunday, right?
That shit fucked up.
The Lord was not with me.
Damn, G. And so your nigga gonna watch this shit after you
It
just
stinks
said
so
that.
bad. It stink so bad.
You podcasting?
Hell no.
That shit got a fucking stench.
So we destroyed a whole sector of men's podcasting. We've vilified and completely destroyed the thought process of a plethora of men out there to pretty much get this shit. I mean, you like whatever you want to like, but I mean, there's probably a plethora of podcasters, male podcasters more specifically, who I am not in tune with, but I do have a level of respect for. Okay, even the ones I really, really don't like, I still have a somewhat of a level of respect for. And yes, there are men podcasts out there who do some and say some pretty vile things, but what exactly kind of world am I living in, really? I mean, you want to give judgment to the men's podcast, that's fine. But there are some talented men podcasters right now, men content creators right now, who are being held back, held down, extraordinarily talented with their editing skills, extraordinarily talented with their content, and yet they're being held down over this shit.
That shit fucked up.
The Lord was not with me.
Damn, G. And so your nigga gonna watch this shit after you
It
just
stink
said
so
that.
bad. It stink so bad.
You podcasting?
Hell no.
That shit got a fucking stench.
It do?
Stop fucking acting like as a woman your shit don't stink sometimes. Yeah, some, and I ain't talking about like from the inside. I'm talking about like it smell like sweat and shit.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it's musky. Musky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't make that seem like that.
I'm not making it seem like nothing, but
Shit. That motherfucker got a little punch to it. Oh, shit. Oh. It just smacked you right in the kisser, you know?
boy, I can't wait for him to watch these episodes. Please call me and tell me how it goes.
It's gonna go just fine, cause he loves me.
But you gonna go home and get that loofah?
Oh, she better. She better get the rubber dub scrubbing on that.
She gonna open it up and go this side, go that side,
Yeah.
go that side, right there.
Yeah. She gonna, you know, when the nigga coming up, you do a little extra scrub.
Exactly.
You
Right.
do a little extra.
And I'm not saying that you don't have some male podcasters out there who don't dominate the views, but they get heavily criticized. And don't get me wrong, I have my criticisms too. But as you can see with this shit, this is the reason why I don't come at certain male podcasters a certain way, because I want to have a certain decorum. Yes, I might have a problem with you. Yes, we might not agree with everything. Yes, there might be certain things happening, but it's all within my control. None of the male podcasters who I have a problem with have ever sniffed themselves on their shows. And trust me, like I said, there's a lot of things that a lot of people have done on their podcast where, quite frankly, I would just walk away, or I just wouldn't go back. But you get a lot of this craziness getting shoved in your face, and I'm not sure if it's female dominated. I'm not sure if this is feminism. I'm not exactly sure what this is. But I could tell you that when it comes to men doing stupid shit on the internet, even if it's mediocre or minimal, you still get a large, like, overwhelming amount of criticism to the point where it could have some mental downgrades on your mental health. It really can. It could even tarnish your spirit a little bit. But when it comes to these hyenas doing this crazy shit, sniffing themselves, talking all kinds of crazy, twerking, and it's like nobody has any real criticisms for this. Or there's a pass for this shit. And I'm like saying, well, I'm not going to vilify anyone here because, as you can see, we have a sister girl here. She got a good head on her shoulders. She's calling it out for what it's worth. So it's clearly not all women.
Nobody thought it was funny. Peep out, nobody thought it was funny. Not a single woman up there kiki with her. See, if men are watching this, I want y'all to understand something. When women are together and one woman do something that the other women don't approve of, and this go for hyenas and lionesses, and we don't join in and we just start side-eyeing you while you going through what you going through and doing what you're doing, and we get real quiet and we just start looking at you and we just start pulling back or sitting, readjusting our seat, or make a movement, or we just stop talking altogether and we just look at you, that is a woman. That is our way of actually making you accountable for what you just did. That's our way of doing that. We get silent so you can hear it. We want you to hear it. We want you to hear the silence of us not commiserating with you, of us not laughing with you, not finding it funny, not finding it cool. And we are hoping that you will recognize that nobody's joining in, beloved, and shut up. We're hoping you shut up because you are either embarrassing us or yourself or both. And that's the part that we don't like. And we will just sit back and look at you. This is especially if you one of our little girlfriends or something like that, and otherwise you kind of all right, but you do cringy stuff every once and again. We'll just shut up and look at you. See, men might get a little vocal. We only get vocal after a while. And it's another thing. They said, oh, did you just sniff yourself? We'll start doing running commentary. We'll just start doing commentary. So this is what you did. I hope the one in the black shirt that was kind of had her pinky in her mouth, she was disgusted. I'm gonna tell you right now, she didn't find nothing funny. She said, oh, I hope your man see this one. He claimed he don't watch no podcast, but he do. I would love to hear the conversation that you have after this.
Just like how I could pinpoint like it's not all men, but at the same time, when you could take an Andrew Tate and apply every single fucking dude who even thinks about Red Pill, thinks about MGTOW, thinks about Manosphere, and just apply it to him and just vilify him because he did something wrong, that is a bunch of bullshit. Because again, all the plethora of content creators that you're holding back, they could switch up, they could go different avenues, but you wanna shadow ban them and contain them and cage them, all because of a thought process, and it could be from more or less a long time ago. This shit is happening now. I'm watching people parading around and uplifting a fucking murderer right now, who is a female. Which is crazy because I know if I flipped that script, if I flipped this script of some dude sniffing his balls on somebody's podcast or doing something inappropriate, you know you would have people talking about it for, if not days, they'd be talking about it for weeks. Where is the criticism for this shit? There's nothing funny about what she's doing. It's almost like that play laugh, like, oh, like that that laugh that you do when it's an embarrassing laugh kind of thing going on here. That's more or less what this kind of there's no one finding this shit funny. I don't know what she has that nervous laugh. Oh, it's Sunday. Ho 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 ho. Ooh, ooh, girl. There's nothing funny about you smelling yourself and then you calling it out for what it's worth. And then telling the whole room that your thing stank. And then you gonna try to play it off and clap it off and laugh it off. And girl, don't act like your thing don't be. Yeah, but normally when you on a podcast, normally when you're conducting yourself, when you have a certain decorum about yourself, you're not normally smelling your privates. Especially when you're live. Now, see, this is the mini Sherm show. You know, we're bringing it back. You know, we can do editing and things like that. As you can clearly see, this is an edited show. You know, we're doing, you know, kind of what we want to do here on this show. You know what I mean? And there's a plethora of reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. I wish some of my haters would stop trying to figure me out. I do what I want, when I want, how I want, and how I want to do it. Okay? You want to talk some smack? Learn how to subscribe. Learn how to hit the Cash App. It's gonna keep getting told to you. Because if you really hate me, then you would really go somewhere else. But they're either trying to destroy me, tear me down, whatever they're trying to do. So trust me, it ain't just from feminism or trust me, there are plenty of dudes who want to tear you down as a dude too. So that's not my goal here, is to tear down this podcast. They can keep doing what they doing, and if they keep doing stank shit like this, trust me, old Mini Sherm might be back for some more criticisms on my own. But that's about as far as we go. We go as far as criticism. But just because these crazy old women's is doing something funky doesn't apply that to every other female podcaster. Just because feminism has gotten on my nerves and is trying to destroy me doesn't mean that everyone who's pro-feminism, you know, is like we tear them down. No, it's supposed to be a place where if you have an opinion, you're supposed to, you know, be able to express that opinion. You're supposed to be able to build your own audience. You're supposed to be able to do a plethora of things. But then here come these people with their plethora of opinions of what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, completely cutting out all of this crazy, disrespectful, disgusting, vile shit. It's like you destroy one because in your eyes they're doing vile shit, just to completely just ignore another side of this this wall. And it's not a means of, oh, I'm calling out the females. No, because it's just, I'm saying there's a masculine side of this whole podcasting thing, and there's a feminine side of this thing. There are some dudes out there who are pretty feminine, and that's not to disrespect or anything like that. I'm just calling it for what it's worth. But it just seems like to me, whenever it's the masculine dudes doing something, you know, out of character, it's like criticism all day, nothing held back, of course. But in this world that I live in, I'm watching this disgusting old hyena sniffing herself, and it's like, where's the criticism? Where are the plethora of podcasts to talk about this podcast, just like they do with when Andrew Tate screws up, whenever podcast screws up, when Fresh or Fit screws up, when all these male podcasts screw up, everyone doesn't hold their tongue. However, I mean, hey, when we dealing with the funky twat, I don't blame you for holding your tongue, don't get me wrong, but where's the criticisms? Where's the same criticisms for over here just like it is over here? Now, don't get me wrong, there probably more or less are plenty of criticisms out there. I mean, here I am. But to me, in my personal worldview, it just doesn't seem the same. Okay? It just doesn't. It just doesn't hit the same. The consequences will not hit the same. Okay? Trust me. I listened to, I think his name is Entrepreneur in Cars. I'll go ahead and probably see if I get a clip from him. But he definitely hits the nail on the hammer. When it comes to women and consequences, it does not hit as hard. It will not hit as hard in terms of they could just, you know, mess up in life, screw up in life, drop the ball in life. And yet here comes Simple Jack, willing to pick her up. She has 3 kids. She has a plethora of mistakes, but he's looking past all of her past, all of her plethora of penises, all of her results of those penises, and oh, I'm just gonna scoop her up and just save her and all that. It like women have that quality to where they don't have to worry about their you know the actions are their consequences in life. As to men, completely different. Why now we live in a world where you see a whole generation of men walking away from dating. And why are they walking away? Because there are consequences for our wrong decisions. And the thing about it is when logical men are dealing with illogical women, we don't know what the fuck the consequences are. We don't know if it's right. We don't know if it's wrong. So overall, we just don't deal with it. We just go in our own direction until something comes along or we see something that we like that we go for. And even then, we still have to be careful and have our head on a swivel. Whereas this fucking chick is smelling herself on her own podcast. It stank like a motherfucker. Ain't no one gonna hold her accountable for nothing. Ain't no one gonna put her on any kind of thing. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that we should, but I'm just simply saying, you know, how about we dial it back for the you know, the masculine side too, and understand that as human beings in general, you're gonna you know, make mistakes, and you're also gonna see people make mistakes. But that's generally not the world we live in. Because again, you have a whole grown woman who killed 3 of her children, and you have people out there supporting her. You have people out there donating to her. It's fucking insane. Meanwhile, apparently pointing that out makes you the bad guy. And they're trying to pin all of the things that she did onto the husband, of course. It's unbelievable, knowing that if you flip the script, they wouldn't buy this shit for any case that I could bring up with any paraplegic, quadriplegic, mental case, physical condition. It wouldn't matter. If the man murdered his children or any children that even weren't his, which I think would be worse, he would more than likely face excruciating consequences, which any person who kills, murders, should. So what is this shit? What exactly is going on here? You're mad at your boyfriend because he's breaking up with you because you're supporting basically a crazy nut?
This is a message for the men out there who are dating somebody who is closely following this Lindsay Clancy trial. And when I say closely following, I don't mean like just sort of casual, but like she's watching every day, she's taking notes, she's drowning you in feedback when you get home. If this person still believes that it was the husband, Patrick Clancy, who actually committed the crime, you need to run from this woman, not walk. I'm a criminal defense lawyer. I've been following this case very closely. I assure you, it was not the husband. He's been exonerated by surveillance footage, eyewitness testimony, and an expert witness who says the injuries on Lindsay Clancy were self-inflicted. If she thinks Lindsay was insane at the time, that is fine. But if she thinks it was the husband, this is rooted in some like irrational hatred of men. And I'll tell you exactly how your relationship is going to end with her. It's going to end with your reputation tarnished, a bitter child custody battle, and 18 years of co-parenting misery. So get out of this relationship while you still can, sir.
Exactly.
But if I support Andrew Tate, obviously, what would happen? If I support Fresh and Fit, if I support Admin Preach, if I support Donald Trump, if I support whoever I choose to support, it should be my choice. And trust me, there are a whole gang of people out there who I do not like. But I can't sit around and, you know, hey, you're entitled to your opinion. If I don't like your opinion, I go somewhere else. It's just that simple. But I am entitled to criticism. I'm entitled to... But that's as far as I would take it. I don't think you should have your entire life destroyed because you made a mistake. But geez, the fucking wheeze. It's like... If you could understand what I'm saying here, it's just like total shotgun to the face for anything masculine can make a mistake in, and a feather to the foot when it comes to the feminine more side of the thing. And it's like, why don't we just feather to the foot for everything? I mean, it's the internet. We're dealing with AI. We don't even know what's real, what's fake. You don't even know if I'm real or fake. You have no idea. And then in so many terms of what's going on. But yet there are people who are, oh, we're going to hold this person back, hold this person back. This person's allowed to. And it's like what I'm seeing is a whole scenery of feminized podcasts, not just men, but women too, that are allowed to exist over, obviously, whatever red pill was, whatever manosphere was, whatever MGTOW was, or whatever masculine is in today's world, because I could be saying some old shit. But regardless of that, I've seen a whole censorship circus happening for whatever you would consider masculine, as opposed to sniffing your own twat on your own podcast. That's perfectly allowed. This is perfect. Oh, applaud it, clap for it, laugh for it. There's nothing funny about it, though. And in actuality, it's quite disgusting. But it's allowed, as opposed to, oh, I said the wrong thing. Oh, and again, this is based off of perception, because you had people turning people's thought processes into criminality. I see people saying stupid shit all the time about the manosphere or MGTOW or red pill. like I brought up the whole thing with Kevin Smith, but story for another day. I'm just seeing a whole just insane case of so many things being able to slide by, where all that shit that's able to slide by, that's the same thing that they censored the other side for. And I'm just sitting here watching this shit, and I'm just like, okay, maybe there's some sort of plan or something. Maybe. But if there was a plan behind this, then why are they getting so upset with men deciding to go their own way? Because regardless of whether you could talk about it, regardless of whether you could identify as it, regardless, men are still choosing to go their own way. You could shame whatever you want to shame online all you want. If a man makes a common sense decision to say, hey, I probably don't want to, because it took me a long time to build up my money, my wealth, my worth, only for it to be torn down because I made a decision to get into a relationship, because I decided to get married, because I decided to have kids. And it's always the man who's getting torn down. Always the man who's getting torn down. I'm not saying females don't have their fair share of problems here and there, but for the most part, you're never going to be able to build up this society that's $40 trillion in debt when you're only tearing down the source that's going to be able to bring it back or build it up. As far as I can see, as far as most people can see, this society is lost. And this is just the tip of the iceberg here. This is just the screw on the top of the bottle. So you guys tell me what you think. You tell me what you think about this video. You guys tell me what you think. I'm going to try to leave a link to the podcaster of which I got this from. So you guys go check her out. And in which case, you go check out the podcast in which we're all referring to, okay? I am Mini Sherm. You guys have many good days ahead of you. Peace out.